My son Ray was a good man, hardworking, noble, without malice. A good son, brother, grandson, uncle, nephew, and friend. Full of light, with a whole life ahead of him that had so much to live still. I, as a mother, ask of you to be just and give Ali Abulaban a sentence of life in prison for taking the life of my son and his friend Anna in such a cruel and coward way. For him to pay the unbearable damages that he has caused us. Please free us from suffering this agony and despair, and give us full and legitimate justice that our soul, mind, and broken hearts from such pain need. The loss of my son has left unimaginable pain and a huge hole in my heart and soul. Your Honor, we thank you for your attention. Okay, next, Jordana Barrett.
My name is Jordana Barrett, and Rayburn was my brother. I address this court to you to express how the crime committed by the defendant has affected not only me, but all family members and friends. He had a beautiful soul, and this is why I know he is resting in peace. But losing him has left me feeling empty and with a lot of emotional damage. I lost my baby brother and my best friend. The way he had to leave this earth is not something that he deserved. He was a kind, loving person. He deserved a chance in this life. He always wanted to be a father and have a family and live a happy life. And all of that was robbed from him. What the defendant has done with this horrible crime has destroyed our family. Our holidays will never be the same because we are missing a big part of it. This grief and sadness will never be the same because we are missing a big part of it. Okay. Because we are never going to be able to hug our brother on Christmas, on New Year's, or on his birthday. I know how much he loved being with all of his family on all holidays. He never missed a family gathering. So I'm here today to ask for justice for my brother Ray, for Anna, and for my mom, who has to suffer the rest of her life knowing that her youngest son and her baby was taken from her in such a violent way. And that is something that no mother should ever have to go through. The defendant deserves to pay for this horrible crime with the highest sentence possible. He has destroyed many lives, and victims deserve justice. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, Elizabeth Barron, next.
Your Honor, my name is Elizabeth Barron, and Rayburn Barron was my baby brother. Even though Ray was the youngest of the five of us, he was very responsible and mature from a young age. A true gentleman, always respectful. He was the most loving and kind person to everyone, family, friends, partners, even strangers, no matter the age. He loved to spend time with family and friends. Even if he could not be there in person, he would take time to reach out by call or message. In every family event, he would go around and have a moment with each and every one of us, from the oldest to the youngest. His motto was family comes first. He was a peacemaker, always bringing us together. He was loved by many people, and he touched the hearts of everyone that had the privilege of meeting him. There was not an ounce of bad in him, always trying to help others, even animals. We were not allowed to kill even a spider in his presence. He he would kindly just remove it from our home and safely take it outside back to nature. Many of us suffer domestic violence or traumas in our lives, but we choose to be different, to be better. Ray did. He was a great son, brother, cousin, nephew, grandson, friend. And he would have been a great husband and father had the opportunity not be taken away from him. We appreciate and thank all the hard work that the DA team did and the jury for the fair verdict decision that they made. It has taken every strength left in us to be present at court for almost a month and hear and see things that will forever haunt our minds and hearts. But we felt it was important to show our support for everyone that has been hurt with these horrible crimes and see that justice is served. We often are told that we are such a strong family for surviving such tragedy, but the reality is that this has been the most difficult event we have ever experienced, and many of us are left broken. The pain and trauma of losing our brother the way we did is so painful that we have difficulty living a normal and healthy life. But some of us are struggling with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, nightmares, and more. It has been almost 3 years since our loved ones were taken away from us, and we have not been able to have closure waiting for this trial. Just when we feel it's possible to move on and have peace of mind after the verdict, we hear about the intentions of the defendant to ask for even more time and a new trial. Ali Abulaban not only took the lives of 2 good people, but he also took part of everyone's life that knew Ray and Anna. He did not give Ray or Anna any time to defend themselves or a chance to continue their lives. He does not deserve any more consideration or compassion. That's why we ask with all our hearts that you consider our pain and suffering and deny any further requests from him. Please give us all the justice we deserve so we can finally start healing and find peace in our hearts. Thank you, and best regards.
Next will be Sylvia Aaron.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Sylvia Barron. I am Ray's aunt. And I say I am Ray's aunt because I chose not to see him when he passed to the other life. Because I don't want to remember him that way. I remember him for the kind, loving, good man that he was to everyone. My brother Oswaldo was Ray's dad. Dad is a term that Ali Abulaban will never be referred to, will be referred by. The tragedy that he has brought into our lives cannot be described no matter how hard I try. The pain and suffering of others is something that you have absolutely no clue about, Ali Abulaban. You are the only one that matters. I understand they're preparing you for life in prison. And I ask myself, who prepared any of us that loved Ray so much to live life without him? From the moment I received the call from my niece Lisbeth, Ray's sister, I refused to accept the reality of what I was hearing. It just did not make sense. And I kept thinking, this only happens in movies. It happens in maybe in other people's lives, not in ours. Suddenly, all I could think about was my dear sister-in-law, Lupita, Ray's mother. How was I going to face her as a mother myself? How could any of us mothers know, except that we lose a child in such a way that is making no sense? No one will ever grieve more the loss of a child than a mother. Just a few months before, Ray, along with all of his cousins and brothers, spearheaded a Mother's Day celebration for their grandmother, my mother, who is now 91 years old, who to this day believes that Ray died of a heart attack because we had to keep it away from her, the horrible, horrible murder that he died by. I couldn't make myself, like I said, see him in his coffin. I will hang on to that sweet image of him making over his mother, his grandmother. He was the perfect nephew, the perfect brother, the perfect citizen. He was a great man, something you will ever, ever know what it's about, Ali Boulaban. How many victims did your cowardness leave behind? Let's start with your own family. The disgrace of being related to a criminal that will hopefully rot in jail. Your mother who will see you die day by day in prison. You won't be dead like Ray, but you will also not be living. And then there's Amira, poor child. Not even your own daughter, now an orphan, mattered to you. And let's not forget Anna's mother and sister and all of the family who also lost a granddaughter, a niece. And then there are all the wonderful friends that Ray and Anna had. Your sick narcissism cut short two beautiful lives at their prime and left a devastation of broken hearts on Ray's and Anna's side, and your side as well. And I hope that you will get the maximum sentence, what you deserve. You deserve no better. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.